Alright folks, buckle up because we've got a major update shaking up the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Grab your popcorn and get ready to dive into the latest scoop on why there might not be an Eternals 2, why Captain Marvel 3 is on the radar, and why Ant-Man 4 might just be a distant dream. Now we all know Marvel's been slinging superhero hits left and right, but hold on to your capes because Disney's playing it safe, like really safe with their blockbuster lineup. Marvel Studios has been pretty quiet about Eternals 2, and Disney CEO Bob Iger recently confirmed that they're planning to cut back on the number of Marvel movies they make. They want to focus more on the ones that are already super popular. According to Daniel Richtman, who's usually in the know about Marvel stuff, sequels for Eternals, Ant-Man, and Captain Marvel aren't happening anymore. It seems like Kevin Feige, the big boss at Marvel Studios, was keen on making another Eternals movie. But Iger wasn't sold on the idea. He thinks it might not do well at the box office, so they're putting the brakes on that. And because Disney wants to play it safe and focus on movies they know will be hits, projects like Ant-Man 4 and Captain Marvel 3 are also being shelved for now. So Marvel Studios' Phase 5 is on the horizon, and while there's buzz about plenty of sequels, let's face it, some recent movies didn't quite hit the mark at the box office. Take The Marvels for example. It didn't rake in as much cash as expected, only making around $206 million worldwide. Plus, its production budget was a whopping $274.8 million, making it one of the priciest Marvel flicks today. To add salt to the wound, it had the worst opening weekend in MCU history and holds the title for the lowest grossing film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. With the Marvels losing money, it's no surprise that Marvel Studios might think twice about making another Captain Marvel movie. And then there's Ant-Man 3. While it did better than Shazam! Fury of the Gods at the box office, it still didn't quite live up to the success of its predecessors. And that's not a good sign for Marvel Studios. So the chances of seeing Ant-Man 4 seem pretty slim. Some folks think it's not fair to ditch Ant-Man just yet. I mean, the first two movies made a profit because they kept the budget lower. But the third one, Quantumania, went all out with a big budget and didn't rake in the cash as they hoped. Maybe the answer is to go back to basics. And let's not forget that Paul Rudd's Ant-Man is pretty popular in the MCU. Now let's talk about Eternals, Marvel Studios' big superhero extravaganza featuring a bunch of fresh faces like Angelina Jolie, Gemma Chan, Richard Madden, Kit Harington, Salma Hayek, and more. It was a huge deal, especially since it was Marvel's biggest outing since the Avengers. There was a lot of hype surrounding this game-changer of a movie, and while it did pretty well at the box office, it didn't really win over the critics. Daniel says that Kevin Feige, the big boss at Marvel, wants to make the movie, but CEO Bob Iger thinks it's gonna flop, especially after the first one didn't do so well. Marvel's focusing on sequels they know will be hit according to the rumor mill. Eternals ended up being one of the worst reviewed movies in the MCU. Yikes! But that's not all. It stirred up some controversies too. First off, it introduced Marvel's first openly gay main character, Phastos, played by Brian Tyree Henry. But because of this, the movie got banned in some Middle Eastern countries like Kuwait and Oman. And then there's a whole thing about a sex scene between Icarus and Cersei, which raised some eyebrows. I mean, Marvel's audience includes a lot of children, so yeah, not exactly child-friendly content there. Even if Marvel decided to give Eternals 2 a smaller budget, would fans be rushing to the theaters to see it? It's a tough call. And what about all those burning questions left unanswered, like what happened after the Earth Eternals went to space and found Thanos' brother Star Fox? It's a mystery. But hey, who says we'll never find out? Marvel could always try to build that story in other, less risky ways than making a whole Eternal sequel. And let's not forget about the casting controversies too. With all these issues swirling around, it's no wonder Marvel Studios might be thinking twice about making an Eternals 2. They're all about playing it safe and sticking to surefire hits, so yeah, Eternals 2 might not be happening anytime soon. Tough break for fans, but hey, that's showbiz for you. Some fans are saying it might not be a smart move for Marvel to just forget about Brie Larson's Captain Marvel and Iman Vellani's Kamala Khan. They're both awesome in their roles, especially Kamala Khan, so they should get more screen time, not less. Well, some people are still on the fence about her. She was cool in Endgame, but her solo movies, Captain Marvel and the Marvels, didn't exactly blow everyone away. Sure, the Marvels might have been a tad better than the first one, but it still didn't quite hit the mark for some folks. As for Ant-Man and the Wasp, well, they could always pop up as part of the Avengers team, right? But when it comes to the Eternals, it's looking like we might never see them again. Now, think about where Marvel's headed next. They're gearing up for some big stuff like introducing the Fantastic Four and eventually bringing in the X-Men. Plus, they're still keeping heroes like Spider-Man and Captain America in the mix. So in that grand scheme of things, spending a ton of cash in a fourth Ant-Man movie or an Eternal sequel might not be the smartest move. Marvel's got a lot on their plate with these new properties, so squeezing in more Ant-Man or Eternals might not be the best use of their resources. So on Disney Plus, we've seen some shows come and go, but it looks like some of them might not be getting second seasons. Take She-Hulk for example. Its star Tatiana Maslany mentioned they won't be doing another season because they spent too much money on special effects, which didn't turn out so great. And then there's Loki. It seems like his time on the small screen might be over too. And forget about a second season of Secret Invasion. Disney's got some other shows in the works, like one about Agatha from WandaVision. But it's a bit of a gamble if fans tune in for something so different from the mainstream MCU. Instead, Disney might focus on making more street-level stuff like Echo and the upcoming Daredevil reboot. It's probably a smarter move considering they might be easier on the budget. Let's talk about this whole superhero fatigue thing that critics have been buzzing about. Some say that people are getting tired of superhero movies, but that might not be the whole story. Sure, there have been some recent movies that didn't quite hit the mark, but there are other factors at play here too. I mean, think about it. Last year was a wild ride. Streaming became even more popular and a bunch of real-world events shook things up. That's bound to have an impact on what people are watching at the movies. Let's not forget about the success stories too. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was a hit with audiences and critics alike. And even in this post-reopening climate, Black Panther's sequel managed to rake in over $800 million. And let's not even get started on Spider-Man. That guy's like a money-making machine. So while some people might be feeling a little superhero fatigue, there's still plenty of love for our favorite heroes at the box office. It's a complex mix of factors, but hey, that's showbiz for you. Covering one last rumor for today, according to Daniel Richtman, neither Maria nor Monica Rambeau is going to be in Deadpool and Wolverine. There weren't any solid rumors floating around about this, but some fans thought the post-credit scene of the Marvels was dropping hints about their involvement. But hold on a second. RPK did mention that he can't rule out any post-credit scenes involving them. So while they might not be in the main movie itself, there's still a chance you could see them pop up in a sneaky post-credit scene. Marvel surely loves to keep us guessing. In short, it's all about cohesion. Deadpool and Wolverine just smashed the record for most trailer views ever, and that movie is set to shake up the multiverse saga big time. I mean, they even dropped a Secret Wars comic book in the trailer. You don't do that unless you're planning to speed things up pronto. Plus, they're bringing more characters together. Daredevil is making a comeback next year, giving us all the feels of familiarity. And Captain America Brave New World seems like the perfect place for some more epic appearances. And let's not forget about Agatha. She's coming back later this year, bringing back some mid-pandemic favorites from the Marvel show that everyone was glued to. So yeah, it's all about getting the band back together for some serious superhero action. So there you have it, folks. The highs, the lows, and the twists in store for the MCU. Strap in because with Disney playing it safe, who knows what surprises the future holds for our favorite superheroes.